Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for the Saturday Superstream. And we're going to open up with a 99th minute winner. I've just got the screen on there. I'd made a note that it was Peterborough 1, Derby 1, late equaliser. They've gone and got a late winner. So before we get into anything else, let's have a look straight away at what has gone on down at Peterborough, who get their first win back in the Championship. Look at that. I'm wrong, actually. 100th minute winner there. Look, 90 plus 10 from Shrieky Dembele. Darby had led in the 77th minute in that one. Jack Stretton giving the Rams the lead. I think he'd come off the bench, for Colin Kazim Richards, sort of 25 minutes earlier. Looked like he was going to be the hero. Alas, no. Harrison Burrows, who we had our attention drawn to when we were doing the 10 youngsters to watch video. And then in the 100th minute, not the 99th minute as I tweeted, the 100th minute, Peterborough start us off today in the Superstream with a massively dramatic win. And everybody, let's go to the live league table where you will see the Posh leap all the way up the table into 7th position, obviously having played a game more than everyone else except Derby, who now have 1 point from 2. And we speak about this all the time, about teams and relegation battles. Get above that point per game and stay above it. Derby early on dropped below the point per game on round 2. Look, a win will do it in the first 3 weeks, but Derby 1 point from 2 games. Well, hello, everybody. What a start to the Super Stream. Sensational stuff, Paul. And we should also talk about a big defeat for dearly departed Leeds United, 5-1. They lost at Manchester United. Scenes at Peterborough. You love to see it. Welcome, Iain. Annie. Welcome, Susan. Peterborough Masterclass in the 100th minute. Donald, why does Derby have to exist? I hate my life. Yeah, there's ways to lose and ways to lose. And the 100th minute isn't the one. Welcome along, Chris. Welcome along, James. Derby lost. He probably switched on with them 1-0 up with no time left in the game. I feel bad for the Derby fans. Yeah, they are a fairly innocent part in all this, the poor old Derby fans. But the chaos off the pitch finding its way onto the pitch today. A lot of comments on Wayne Rooney here, but I have to say, Kamil Josviak, did you see the tracking or lack of from a winger for the equalising goal? It's one of the worst bits of defending you will ever see. Goodness me. Dan, thank you. Again, past congratulations on to Shaylee for her excellent work. There we go. And just so you know, they are downstairs. Shaylee's auntie is here as well. So I haven't left her on her own with the baby. Early days. Right, proud Bees fan. Not surprised. Great stuff from Brentford last night. A dearly departed winner. Didn't go quite so well for Leeds as we suggested. But yeah, well done, Brentford. And I think we're going to get time tomorrow morning to look at the dearly departed because all 5 of them play today. They're not involved in any of the Sunday games. So we might be able to squeeze that one in early doors tomorrow. Jay's off at St Andrews. Nice one. And take a picture for us, Jay. Let us know what it's like because the 2 stands closed there. I know there's some issues with that this season. Chris, even when Posh were 1 down, I thought they edged it. The defence is vulnerable to be caught on the break. Poor from set plays Marriott Rusty Ward. A revelation. Dembele to be sold. Good. Yes, he is on his way out by the look of it. Right. Let's get into this because I didn't leave enough time last week to go through our team news. So let's start, of course, over in the Championship. Should we go top downwards? And we will go to Hull QPR, We'll have a look at the team news. Let me know your thoughts on any news there. Ingram in goal for Hull. Coyle, Jones, Greaves, Elder, Smallwood, Doherty, Longman starts. I think Wilkes is injured, isn't he? Moncur, Lewis Potter, all eyes on him now. Josh McGuinness up top. So strong, other than Wilkes, but Longman loaned out to AFC Wimbledon last season, no slouch. Izzy for Rangers. Dieng, Dickey, DeVries, Barbe. Wallace starts at left wing-back. Odebajo at right wing-back. Ball, Johansson, the return of Chair. Willock, whose brother went to Newcastle yesterday for loads of money. And Lyndon Dykes up top. So no Charlie Austin in there. No Sam McCullum. Let me know what you think of those teams. Hull, our heroes last week with a 4-1 victory, can get a second straight victory. QPR tucked in. They got a point. They'll be looking for a first win. Let's see what our friends at Luton are up to. It's a tricky one for the Hatters today because they are off to West Brom. Let's just put this one up from Jack. Harrison Burrows, yes. And I spoke to a Peterborough podcaster and I went for Ricky J. Jones as my one to watch. And he said, oh, it's either him or Harrison Burrows, of course. Harrison Burrows really looking good down that left-hand side today, changing the game. Right, there is your team there for Luton, who were another winner last week. West Brom with the draw down at Bournemouth. So for Luton, Sluga in goal, Brian Bell, the left fullback, Naismith and Osho. So they still don't have first choice centre halves there. Luton, Campbell, Mpanzu and Clark, Cornick, Adebayo, and the main man last week, Fred Onyedinma. Steve, not confident tonight. We'll probably have 80% possession, 30 shots and lose 1-0. Well, you could say the same for Swansea at least. There is that side of it this week as well with two very heavy passing teams. There's your West Brom side there. Sam Johnston starts. Very, very interesting. We expect him to be on his way out. O'Shea, Bartley, Matt Clark is into the team. Ishmael still doesn't fancy Ajayi at centre-half. Interesting. Townsend and Furlong, the wing-backs. Livermore and Mowat. Robinson, Grant and Dean Garner. If memory serves, only Clark and Johnston there, I think, didn't play against Bournemouth. Could be wrong about that one. Chris, as for Darby, looks like Kazim Richards up for all. Their defence is a total lack of pace. God, Chris, Josviak on that goal. Oh, my God. I was looking at the screen and I saw a blonde guy. I thought it was Sibley at first, and then they showed the replay. Oh, that is the dictionary definition of falling asleep and letting someone else run past you. Watch out for Onyedinma. I think all eyes will be on Onyedinma after that brilliant performance last week for Luton against Posh, who have just got their first win. So, yeah, congratulations to Peterborough, a first win for them. Right, let's see what Stoke are up to today. They visit Birmingham. We've got Jay at the game, so hopefully he'll keep in touch with us. There are your teams. Birmingham, such a good win last week. Stoke winning 3-2 as well at home to Reading last time out. So for Blues, Sarkic in goal. Well, keep an eye on that formation because it did end up being 3-5-2 last week, didn't it? Pedersen, Roberts, Dean, Colin. Remember, stick Jeremy Bella over at left wing back. And you've got that system again. Gardner, Sunjic starts this week. Woods, Bella, we'll see where he plays. Is he 10? Is he left wing back? Who knows? Jukiewicz, Hogan, I'd suspect they'd go with the 3-5-2 again. And annoyingly, I had Taith Chong as my one to watch this week in my article on Football 365, and he does not get over that hamstring feel from last week. Shame. Disappointing. For Stoke, Bursic in goal. A debut for Ostigard. Have a look at that back three, guys. Ostigard, Suter, and Wilmot. That's very good, that Stoke back three, isn't it? Very good indeed. Smith and Timon are the wing-backs. Powell, Allen, Klukas in midfield as well. Surridge, Fletcher, up top. Stoke look strong, don't they? Especially that back three. Excellent stuff. There, try and get some pictures. Hiding by the Stoke fans to hide from the rain. Nice stuff. John, tenor on Darby. Always a bad idea, isn't it? Always a bad idea. Roos was as dodgy as when he was on loan with us, says Iain. I keep saying plenty of experience there at Derby, but there's experience and there's quality. And I don't think they showed the quality to round out that game today. Right, let's keep this moving, guys. Keep your comments coming as we go through. Blackburn, their first game without Adam Armstrong. I mean, look, he didn't play last week, but without him at the club, you know what I mean, is at Millwall. Blackburn beating Swansea last week for a good start there. Kaminski in goal for Rovers. Nyambe, Lenihan, Ayala and Pickering across the back. Travis, Rothwell, Gallagher, Buckley, Brereton, Dolan. I think that's unchanged, isn't it? Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. That looks fairly unchanged. For Millwall, Bialkowski in goal. Ballard, the return of Cooper as captain. Wallace is the other centre half. Malone and McNamara wing-backs. Saville, Kieftenbeld. Wallace, look, swap Wallace and George Evans there. I don't know why SofaScore got George Evans up front. He's clearly not going to play there, is he? So, yeah, the midfield three will be Saville, Kieftenbeld and Evans with Wallace already on the goal-scoring charts with his goal at QPR last week, playing up top with Benik Afobe. He could do with getting going, as certainly Millwall strikers and loanies have struggled to do in recent season. That seems to have been the only blot on the copybook. Let me know what you think there. Coventry were a winner last week, so they are 5th in the live league table. Let's have a look. They visit Barnsley, who drew at Cardiff last week. So Coventry have more in goal. Darbo again playing centre half. He's tucked in from wing back. McFadzean with that crazy late goal for the first win back in the Coventry Building Society Stadium, whatever the name of it is now. Hyam is the other centre half. Rose and Matson. I think he went off injured last week, so he's back in. Harmer, Sheaf, O'Hare, Walker, Gyökeres. Those last 5 I read out, I like that. I like that a lot. If Sheaf can step up, certainly the other O'Hare has delivered, Harmer has delivered, and Walker and Gyökeres, I think there is potential there. For Barnsley, Collins in goal, Civic, Hellick, Kitching, Williams, Britton, Styles, Palmer. I think it's completely unchanged, isn't it? Freeser, Morris and Woodrow, the new look of Barnsley this season. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep up on all the scores this week, Chris. If you come next week and you only see 2 divisions there, then you'll know that it didn't go well. Ben and Shaylee's little tractor girl is beautiful. Thank you very, very much, Iain, and thank you everyone. That picture's got like hundreds and hundreds of likes, so that's fantastic there. Sky Blue Army says Wardy Cov. Good luck to Coventry and Barnsley today. Right, let's move on. Sorry if I'm rumbling through, but I ran out of time last week. Too much waffling, hey? Right, let's talk Bournemouth, who visit Forest. And there is your Bournemouth team. Trevor's in goal, so still no, sorry, not Ramsdale. Still no keeper signed in there. We think someone in for Begovic at some point. Zeno Ibsen Rossi is a new one on me at fullback. Let me know if you know anything about the player. Metham Kelly Zamura. Marcondes billing Kilkenny. Really enjoyed watching Kilkenny last week. He looks good fun. Anthony Solanke and Brooks. I think it's just Rossi, the right back in there for Adam Smith. Still, some quality out injured there. Still, no Danjuma. No sign of Mr. Danjuma. For Forest, they really threw away that game, didn't they? Had the lead at half-time. Forest that Carve ended up losing in the 96th minute. Samba in goal. Gabriel Figueiredo, McKenna, and Auzathoth makes that must be his debut. Where's he on loan from? Auzathoth. Is he Liverpool? No, Arsenal. I know he was at Cardiff last season. I can't remember who his parent club was. I think Umbe Soch started last week, so Figueiredo comes in, maybe a little bit more experience, bit leadership there. Yates and Colback double pivot. Zinkernagel, who is a numbers guy, isn't he? Might not do much defending, but he'll stick assists and key passes on the chart, won't he? Brennan Johnson, good start from him last season, great assist. Lolly and Lyle Taylor. Arsenal. Thank you, guys. Auzathoth in on loan from Arsenal. Lyle Taylor up top. Let me know your thoughts on that. There was another Peterborough comment I wanted to read out there. MA, need to sign a striker and new midfielder ASAP. Darby with toothless. We made it hard for ourselves. We can stay up if we sign the right people. Well done, Peterborough. First win to them. Congratulations, you Posh fans. Daryl, thank you very much. Again, past congratulations to Shaylee, who did literally all the heavy lifting there. But having not changed any nappies for the entirety of my life, I've changed about 5 in the last 12 hours. So there we go. Umbo say, official. Thank you, Ania. Nice job, Sax Bend. You're keeping me coming. You're not watching keep you out of KC instead of resting back on the sofa after overdoing it at my friend's wedding. You know what I'm going to say to that? You love to see it, don't you? You absolutely love to see it. The newborn, thank you, iStarlight, is downstairs being spoiled by their auntie and their great grandma, great auntie and great grandma. So, yeah, all good. Right. Let's keep it moving, guys. 12 minutes to kickoffs here. Hopefully we can get and have a look at some of the Premier League teams, dearly departed ones, and maybe we'll have a snoot at the dearly departed League One teams as well. Blackpool, we're going to talk about them. They host Cardiff today. Blackpool got themselves a point last week, late on against Bristol City, didn't they? Nappy changing will only increase. Oof. Stop it. Let me just bed myself in gently, Edward. Right. Blackpool, Maxwell, Connolly, Keogh, Husband, Garbett, Anderson, Dougal scored 2 in the playoff final, didn't he? Ward, Harrison, John Jules, and Yates. For Big Mick and Cardiff, Phillips, Nelson, Flint, Morrison. So McGuinness out straight away after only 1 week in there. Sean Morrison. Don't think played last week, did he? Bagan and G. Pack, Rules, Giles, Collins, and Bakuna. Looks like that could tuck in to make a 5 with Bakuna and Giles in it for sure. That is your Blackpool and Cardiff team. Thank you guys for all of the congrats. Bundesliga watch-alongs. I wouldn't have the first clue. Deary me. It's Williams. Cardiff looks so poor. I'm not confident. Chuck a bet on Bakuna. Missing a sitter. Not confident there at Cardiff. I think I went for Cardiff to win that one, but there you go. I also played my joker on Darby, which makes me a bit of a joker, really, doesn't it? What are you going to do, hey? Join the prediction show every week for a good bit of fun there. Let's talk Bristol City. It's Bristol City away at Borough. And they look a little something like that. The Robins, Bentley in goal, Viner, Baker, Atkinson, De Silva, King, James, Vyman, Palmer, Scott, Martin. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. That team should start getting better results than it has done, for sure. I think they're starting to look like a team there, certainly on the pitch. We'll see in terms of names on paper, but yeah. For Borough, Lumley in goal, Jake Steele and Boller, Fry and Hall. That's the back 4. McNair, Howson, Crooks. Isaiah Jones gets the start. He was very good off the bench in the game at Fulham, wasn't he? Ikpeazu, Spence also came off the bench. So Warnock rewarding the substitutes that did him so well last week. Tom, you absolute legend. Thank you. $8.99 super chat, which will invariably be spent, thank you, sir, on nappies and wet wipes. So I'm learning. I just wanted to read that one out that said Ben's still awake. There you go. I'm surprised Ben is still awake. John, I got a big vat of coffee and I'll try and get half an hour's kip after I'm finished this. There we go. Thank you so much. Thank you again to Tom for the super chat. Very, very kind. Right. How many more of these have we got to do? We've got about 8 minutes before everything kicks off. Fulham are visiting Huddersfield. Let's have a look and see what those two sides look like. Rooney's just confirmed Kazim Richards' injury is a bad one. That's bad news. Tough luck. Get healthy soon, Colin Kazim Richards. Although, is it a chance for Stretton now? Will he come in there, forced in the team and do decent things there? Right, Huddersfield versus Fulham. Let's look at Fulham first. Gazaniga in goal. Teti, Anderson, Adrabio and Ream. Onoma. Jean-Michel Seri starts in the Championship. There's a surprise for you. Interesting. Wilson, Carvalho, Reed starts. Mitrovic didn't quite look himself last week, did he? Carvalho continues. Tyrese Francois obviously drops out for Seri. For Huddersfield, Schofield in goal. Pearson, Sarr, and the much vaunted Coyle are the centre halves. Sorba Thomas got rave reviews last week. Look out for him at left wing back and Turton right wing back. Vallejo, Hogg and Holmes in the midfield. Karoma and Ward up top. Let me know what you think about those two teams there. Up the Tykes, so the Terriers, sorry, excuse me, says Joe. My bad. Fulham 58, no bite, no point. Still no sign of Harrison Reed, who certainly does give you that bit of bite as well. Right. Have we done all of them now? I think there's only going to be one or two more. Reading we've got to do, and Preston, and then we've got to do Swansea and them there. Blades. Shocked that Seri starts for Fulham. Seri start and Sam Johnston starting for West Brom today. So a few of our shop window boys who we think we'll get the Harry Kane treatment and get a nice week off while they sort their transfers out. Yeah, they're on the pitch for sure. Let's have a look. Reading and Preston, which was my one to watch here. This one's got a lot riding on for both managers, even early in the season. Reading, Raphael in goal. Yidam, Morrison, Moore, McIntyre. Laurent, Rinomota. Bristow continues. Swift, Aziz and Zhao. So is that unchanged? It looks very similar to Adam's in the chat. Adam, is that unchanged? He'll help us out with that. Thought Ejaria would be back today. No, he's probably got that front left position sewn up when he gets fit. Maite, of course, would likely be going down the right-hand side, and he's also out for a while. Preston have Iverson in goal, Story, Lindsay, Hughes, Vandenberg, Cunningham, wingbacks, Johnson, Brown, Ledson. So no white man in there. Sinclair and Reese up front. Reading versus Preston feels like both need a win here. Kelvin, have you mentioned the protest at Brum today? No, I haven't. Can you tell me a bit more about it, buddy? Tell me a bit more about that. Be interesting to know. I think Jay is at the game as well. So we do have people on the ground there in the chat. So, let me know more about that, Kelvin. Right, finally, Swansea versus Sheffield United is tonight. So if you look at the live league table, they're both on 0 points. They're likely to be a little bit adrift. So you don't want to be losing that one for sure. Right, quickly, let's just go up to the Premier League. We'll look at our dearly departed in there. Obviously, Brentford have already played. Leeds have already played. Norwich play tonight. The other two are playing each other. So it's Watford versus Aston Villa in the Graham Taylor Derby. And there are your teams. And what is Cisco coming out with? Backman in goal. Kabasele, Ekong, Cathcart, Messina. Cleverly, Itebu starts. Kuka starts. He was in Euros, wasn't he? Sema and Sar. Emmanuel Dennis makes his debut as well. So it looks like, unless SofaScore got the wrong shape, which isn't beyond the realms of possibility, it looks like Cisco's been planning something a little bit more robust than the 4-3-3 that got them promoted. For Villa, without Captain Jack, he's gone. Martinez in goal. Target, Mings, Konza, Cash. Solid as you like last season. Nakamba and McGinn. El Ghazi, Buendia and Young off Danny Ings. Ollie Watkins not starting. Is he on the bench? He is not. He must be injured. Axel Tuan Zabi, you can see, returning there. So they are our solitary, dearly departed representatives. Let's take a look down at League One, because we are doing dearly departed shows. Hopefully you can join me for some of those as well. We have 5 teams down there also. Let's deal with 2 of them at once. Wigan versus Rotherham are 2 of our 5 dearly departed teams. I think Rotherham are top already. Johansson, Ehekwa, Wood, Harding, Ogbene, Miller, Lindsay, Barlaser, Wiles, Coyote, and Smith. Sounds like exactly the same team as, or a team that would have come out last season for Rotherham, who have retained pretty well, you would say. Wigan, with the big addition of Charlie White, you can see up top there. Amos, Robinson, Watts, Watmo, Derikwa, Naylor, Power, Humphreys, Keane, Lang, and Charlie White up top. Our other League One dearly departed teams, we've got Wickham, and they will be visiting Cheltenham. There's your Wickham team there. Stockdale, Stewart, Jacobson, Grimmer. Surely Jacobson won't play middle of the 3. Obita, Kakai, Pendlebury, Mehmeti is back in now. Scowen, McClary scored 2 last week. He's up top with Vokes. Peanuts, good point. First goal, do it now. Get in the chat. First goal, which stadium? Doesn't necessarily have to be the team. Which stadium? We've got everything across the ticker there. You can do Premier League, Championship, or League One today. Which stadium? Premier League, Championship, or League One? Kelvin, planned protest from Digbeth to start at 1:30. Not sure how it's gone. Fans making a stand against poor ownership. Well, there you go. David adds, poor decisions made, including the increase of the online season ticket. God, gone up nearly 50% there. Incredible stuff. Rick, driving to Devon, stuck on the M5, watching from the M5. Well, I hope it gets moving very, very soon. Right, first goal, Hawthorns, Select Car Leasing, Bloomfield Road, Birmingham, Oakwell, City Ground, Vicarage Road, Championship, Select Car Leasing, St Andrews, Chelsea, Oakwell, Hawthorns, Bloomfield Road, Hawthorns. Lots for Hawthorns there. Hull, Den, Bloomfield, Hull, Riverside, Hillsborough, Hull. Lots of stuff on Hull. There we are a go. It is the Saturday Superstream. It is 3 p.m. and we have kicked off. Let me know. Don't let me know how you're doing it, but let me know if you're watching a game, because we know some of you will be. Let's just quickly get your team news for our final dearly departed teams there in League One as we await our first goal. Who's going to be right? Somebody is always right. That's one thing you know about the Superstream. Sheffield Wednesday are a League One dearly departed team. They play against their former, or their manager, Darren Moore, plays against his former side against Doncaster. There's your Wednesday team there. Peacock, Farrell, Hunt, Iorfa, Hutchison, Palmer, Bannon, Wing, Adinaran, Green, Canberry and Johnson. That team should be way too good for League One. But hey, we know that League One chews up and spits out incompetence, doesn't it? As I can tell you firsthand from the past couple of seasons. Have we missed out a dearly departed League One team? We have. It's Charlton Athletic. They go to Oxford. So really quickly, There is your Charlton team. And it is... do we have our first goal, by the way? Maybe. We may do. Unconfirmed rumours. It's Burnley have got the first goal. There we go. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. Who had Burnley then? I don't think I saw that name come up. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. And there was me doing my Premier League preview saying Brighton are going to improve this season. 2 minutes gone in the season and they are 1. I also said Burnley would regress. Not a good start short term for those predictions. Burnley have the lead in the second minute. Was it first minute goal? Second minute goal. It's come up as Burnley lead 1-0 against Brighton is our first goal. Let me just bang through that Charlton team for you. McGoldrick, Matthews, Innes for Mayhew, Gunter, Claire, Morgan, Dobson, Jasimi, Stockley, and Washington. James Tarkowski is the opening goal scorer of the day. Tarkowski scores for Burnley. It is our first goal. Shock set piece header. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's get the ticker moving. And let's get all our tickers moving as the Saturday Superstream tends to do. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. And I don't think anyone had it in the chat, did they? I don't think they did. I'm sure someone will claim it at some point. But we have our first goal. It's Burnley leading 1-0 against Brighton. Very, very quickly, indulge me. Let's just see what my lot have got out as a team today. I support Ipswich. I have no excuse for putting this up other than that I support them. So let's have a look at the Ipswich team. Today, they visit Burton, Hladky in goal, Vincent Young, Danassian, Wolfenden, Penny. Danassian playing centre-back. Interesting. Harper and Evans, Dobra, Barry, Fraser, and Piggott against Jimmy, Floyd, Hasselbanks, Burton. Right, let me know. Are you confident? Let me know what your team is up to today and how you see it going. Barrow 1, Hartlepool 0 in League 2. We're going to try and go across Premier League, Championship and League 1 today. Oh, they VAR checked it. It's definitely been given, has it? Yeah, it's been given for sure. Right, quick couple of plugs. Please, if you are here and watching before the goals start flying in, make sure you hit like, hit the thumbs up button, whichever platform you're watching on. Takes a second, just really helps. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please hit subscribe and ring the bell. I think I can change that. Let me give you a live subscriber update. I think it's 18,800. Oh, it's 79. Oh God, we're like 21 away from 18,900. So that's well behind. Please do, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We would love this season to get it up to 20,000 subscribers. Feels like a nice round number. I'm going to keep the pluggery coming because we've only had the one goal in our 3 leagues we're looking at today. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. Tarkowski with the goal there. You can support via Super Chat and Super Stickers. Hit that dollar button, which is right next to where you leave your comments. And make sure you give us a follow on social media at Benjamin Bloom. On Twitter is the main one. We got Instagram as well, and this goes down Facebook. If you like that sort of thing, for those of you who like that sort of thing, you'll like that. So do follow on social media. So there are our, if you look at the crawler at the bottom, let me start it one more time. So Peterborough have beaten Darby 2-1 in the Championship. It's Barnsley v Coventry. No goals yet in the 3 p.m. Birmingham v Stoke. Blackpool v Cardiff. Huddersfield versus Fulham. Hull versus QPR. Borough versus Bristol City. Millwall versus Blackburn. Forest will play Bournemouth. Reading against Preston. West Brom versus Luton. No goals in those 3 p.m.s just yet. Swansea play Sheffield United at 8 p.m. tonight on Sky. As you can imagine, one stream for me per day, being what's going on is going on. Up in the Premier League, Brentford flying the flag for the dearly departed, beat Arsenal 2-0 last night in the Premier League Open. And Man United 5, Leeds 1 is less good for the dearly departed. It's Burnley 1, Brighton 0. That's our only goal so far in the leagues we're following. Chelsea 0, Palace 0, Everton 0, Saints 0, Leicester 0, Wolves 0, Watford 0, Villa 0 is a dearly departed Derby. And another of our dearly departed teams, Norwich, kick off against Jurgen Klopp, and Liverpool at 5:30. Down there in League One, no goals yet. Wimbledon 0, Bolton 0, Accrington Stanley 0, Cambridge 0, Burton 0, Ipswich 0. And as we speak, we're going to stop. We have our first goal in the Championship, and a bit of a surprise because it's Huddersfield 1, Fulham 0. And I think we were fairly unanimous in the prediction show in backing Fulham. And Huddersfield, oh no, it's disallowed. I am going to take all of that back. I believe the goal has been disallowed. Bad news there. We thought Huddersfield had taken the lead. Forget that. I think we did get a goal in League Two, though. I think we got a couple, actually. Orient, I think, took the lead. Mansfield 1, Newport County 0 as well. So I think the ball was in the net for Huddersfield against Fulham, but disallowed. No goal there for us to talk about. Jeff fuming with that Barrow goal. He's lucky to see them, isn't he? Hey, it's good fun last season when you see them all. Rotherham Wigan delayed by 10 minutes. That must be getting people in the ground with vaccination evidence and all of that good stuff, hey? Woof. Right. Got money on Fulham. Well, you'll be pleased then, Paul, that one got scrubbed off. Pope, watching Hull v QPR as a QPR fan. Open a pack on FIFA and get a Hull City player. Yeah, that doesn't bode well, does it? Right. Let's see if we can really go with this one now, because we think we have a goal in the Championship at West Brom. Wonder if this one will get disallowed. It is West Brom 1, Luton 0. West Brom take the lead. We said it'd be a tricky one for Luton. West Brom 1, Luton 0. West Brom couldn't get in the lead, could they, against Bournemouth? They went behind twice and got it back both times, ended up 2-2. But West Brom have taken the lead. If anyone's got the goal scorer, let me know. Let's say a big thank you, though, to Ricky. Thanks, Ricky. I'll drink to that. £5 super chat. Congratulations on becoming a dad. Thank you so much. Come on, Birmingham today. Only Blues could have a cap capacity after COVID restrictions lifted. 100%. Sky Sports are reporting that West Brom goal as a Cal Naismith own goal. The Luton, I say centre half, kind of covering at centre half. But West Brom lead 1-0. And in the dearly departed derby in the Premier League, we also have a goal for Watford. Watford 1, Villa 0. Life without Jack Grealish starts with Villa going behind in 10 minutes, and Watford have the lead. Mansfield 1, Newport County 1, all go there. We thought we had a goal as well in the for Oxford against Cheltenham, but that has been disallowed as well. Misinformation reigning supreme. Watford have the lead. We're just finding out who the goal scorer is there. Watford 1, Villa 0. Emmanuel Dennis is the goal scorer. Dennis, we said, was playing up top on his debut, and he scores the opener. First Premier League goal back for Watford. And the Hornets have the lead. Just with my dearly departed hat on, should we go to a live Premier League table? Because Brentford and Watford are both going to be very high, which is going to amuse me temporarily. Right, stop the count, everybody. Man United top, Brentford second, Burnley third, Watford fourth. How about that? Should we stick with that one? Terrific stuff. Obviously, in the Championship, can we get live league table for that? West Brom are our only leaders. Peterborough got the win. Oh, who'd be a Huddersfield fan? Huddersfield had a goal disallowed on 5 minutes. They have conceded a goal on 9 minutes. Huddersfield 0, Fulham 1. Ouch. We'll find out the goal scorer in just a second. There's your live league table in the Championship. Scroll that up a little bit. So West Brom will be joining the 4 pointers potentially. But remember, all of those teams that won last week are all level so far. Fulham will also be joining the 4 pointers. And guess who scored, everybody? 26 goals last time out. It's the Championship cheat code. Alexander Mitrovic with the goal. Mitro is the goal scorer for Fulham. Huddersfield 0, Fulham 1. 2 of the Year 1 parachute teams in the lead already. Fulham and West Brom both have the lead. A first of the season for Mitrovic, who didn't look himself last season. I tipped him to be the top scorer just on the basis of what he's done before, and he's off and running for this season. Yeah, 26 goals for Mitro in 1920, the top scorer in the Championship last time. He blessed us with his presence. Mitro's on fire. Let's see if he can catch Trevor. Didn't start well last week, but yes, he is there. Leeds and Villa down. Take that. Yeah, bad start for 2 of our dearly departed, but hey, only 10 minutes in for Villa, who, got a lot of quality there. Can they get it to gel nice and quickly? Swindon 0, Carlisle 1. Swindon 0, Carlisle 1. Cheltenham 0, Wickham 1. No, goal disallowed there. We thought Wickham had taken the lead. Terrible goal, poor from the keeper and from Coyle. Josh, who got the assist for West Brom? Well, it's an own goal, so you don't actually get an assist, to be completely pedantic about the assist category there. Obviously, it doesn't count as a shot on goal because it comes from the other team, does it? So there will be no assist for the West Brom goal. Stanley 1, Cambridge 0. Stanley 1, Cambridge 0 in League 1. Accrington, who their defender, their centre-back Burgess, is heavily linked with Ipswich, actually have the lead. Stanley 1, Cambridge 0. Wickham had the ball in the back of the net. It stands this time, though, and Wickham have taken the lead. I think it's going to be 2 for 2 if they win that one. Wickham, isn't it? Let's get these latest goals as they come up. Leicester have taken the lead as well in the Premier League. Leicester lead 1-0. No, they don't. Disallowed again. It's a day for it, isn't it? Sam Vokes is the Wickham scorer. In fact, Matt Butcher, isn't that the guy Ipswich trying to sign, has scored for Accrington. Interesting. Butcher is the goal scorer for Accrington Stanley, and Vokes is the goal scorer for Wickham. Wickham, yeah, look like they might go 6 points from the first 2 games here. Wickham, looking good for them. They lead 1-0 down there at Cheltenham. Mark, legend, thank you. $5 on the Super Chat. Cheers from across the pond. Where are you, Mark? Let us know exactly where you are. Up the Blades later today. Good luck to you Blades fans. Hull 0, QPR 1. It's all kicking off now in the Championship. We got QPR, Fulham and West Brom all leading. Rangers take the lead on 16 minutes. QPR have the lead. We will find out. Up, down, left, right, ABC start. That sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog cheat code, not the Mitrovic cheat code. Chris Willock is the goal scorer for Rangers. Look out for a good season for him. He ended last season well, actually, as did most of the QPR team. Mitro goal called a fluke by the BBC. He's still a cheat code, isn't he? Fluky cheat code. Watching from Philadelphia. Nice one. Congrats on that. Thank you, Mark. Very, very kind for you. So Willock has scored for QPR. Hull 0. QPR 1. Let's go to the live league table. I'm interested to see how this is now starting to shake out. We don't have anyone on 6 points as things stand. West Brom win and a draw. Stoke win and a draw. QPR now are leading, so win and a draw for them. Fulham, the same thing. Can Blackburn, Birmingham, well, Hull are behind. We'll discount them for a second. Luton, Coventry, Stoke. Can any of those teams take the lead? They will move on to 6 points on the live league table. At the moment, it's all 4s up the top there, with leads for QPR, for Fulham, and for West Bromwich Albion. Jason, hello from Riverside, California. Very, very nice indeed. Mr. LJ, prediction for Blades and Swans. Both sides to get more than 50% possession, which is what they're going to try and do, and hopefully not cancel each other out. But yes, could be interesting. Barrow 1, Hartlepool 1. Watching from the sofa. Jam N, just in that Mitro goal. If people were giving Bender pelters, wait till you see that one. I look very much forward to seeing that one. Mitrovic, the opening scorer today in the Championship, scored in the 9th minute. Watching from Shanghai. You lot are all over the place. This is great stuff. And on the sofa, of course. Hello from Sheffield, Yorkshire. You love to see it. Millwall kicked off 15 minutes late. Interesting. Trouble in Bermondsey. What's the latest on Ramsdale? Yes. All quiet, which doesn't necessarily bode well, does it? But I think he'll be out, wouldn't he? Here we go, everyone. Burton 1, Ipswich 0. Standard. Burton 1, Ipswich 0. Ipswich go behind for the 1000th game running. Typically, that team just nowhere near gelling yet, and Ipswich go behind again, as they tend to. I was going to say every week we do this, but every time they kick off a football match, they go behind, don't they? Not good. Hello from Shikoku, Japan. Expat Hornets fans. We're going to have some happy Hornets fans because they are 1-0 up. Our friends Watford up in the Premier League. They are leading against Villa in a dearly departed derby, and we do plan to talk about those games tomorrow morning. Schofield at fault for the goal. A howler, a weird finish. Interesting. Joe Powell is the goal scorer for Burton. Burton 1, Ipswich 0. Say no more. Famous last words. Aaron in Melbourne, Australia. Tremendous stuff. Crooks looking good for Borough. Fulham go unbeaten this season. God, imagine that in a 46-game championship season. Invincibles. Can't be possible, can it? Surely. Some sniper's going to have you on a Tuesday night, aren't they? No Sarge. Come on, Wickham. Well, Wickham looking very good, aren't they? Walsall 0, Forest Green 1 in League 2. Probably means they'll win most clean sheets, Burton, in top 4 since Hasselbeck joined, more than Pep and City. Excellent. Well, this requires Ipswich to not score past them today. I'm sure we can all get behind that one, can't we? Dear oh me. Nathan says, oh dear, Tyler Walker off with a shoulder injury. Hopefully that's not too serious, Nathan. Any kind of dislocation wouldn't be looking good there. Well, sometimes we pop them straight back in and everyone continues. But Waghorn on for Coventry. Thank you. Goodmanson hits the post for Burnley. Rome wasn't built in a day. Did Rome buy all the best players in League One and then still not get them to gel? There we go. Anyway. Burton 1, Ipswich 1. maybe I should just sit here and slag off Ipswich all the time and then they'll score. Ipswich have equalised within 3 minutes. Burton 1, Ipswich 1. Back level. The Tractor Boys will wait and see who the scorer is there. Everton 0, Southampton 1. That's Rafa Benitez' first game back in the Premier League. Been a great Premier League manager, Rafa Benitez, hasn't he? He is losing. It is Everton 0, Southampton 1 up in the Premier League. Lots of people tipped Southampton for a little bit of a regression this season, but and Adam Armstrong is the goal scorer as well. Wow. Adam Armstrong, 20 minutes into his Premier League career, has got himself a goal. We wondered, didn't we, with Armstrong? He has lots of shots, has lots of chances, scores lots of goals. So did Andy Cole. But no, I'm not comparing Adam Armstrong to Andy Cole. He was obviously top Premier League striker. But Armstrong straight in there on 22 minutes with a debut goal. As we await the Ipswich goal scorer, Wimbledon are leading, are they? I didn't catch that one. Oh, moving too quickly. Armstrong off to a flyer. Everton have tons of players out with COVID. Interesting. The Super Duper stream covering 3 leagues. You love to see it. Nightingale, Wimbledon lead against Bolton. It's an own goal that Ipswich have scored. So a Burton player sticking it in the net. O'Connor with the own goal there. Nightingale, the goal scorer for AFC Wimbledon. They lead 1-0 against. They won in the first week, didn't they? AFC Wimbledon. So I think they're going to be on for 6 points, aren't they? Nice work by AFC Wimbledon. Nightingale is the goal scorer. Let's tap those in there. Burton 1. Where am I doing? I'm doing Wimbledon 1, Bolton 0. And we did Everton as well. And I think we are all caught up. So to 12:30, it was Posh 2, Darby 1. The championship games are all 0-0, other than Huddersfield 0, Fulham 1. We're hearing a fluky goal by Mitro with a goalkeeping mistake in there from Schofield. Hull 0, QPR 1. Willock is the goal scorer there. And at the Hawthorns is West Brom 1, Luton 0, Cal Naismith own goal. Remember Swans and Blades tonight, 8 p.m. We have a goal for one of our dearly departed teams, or a goal against one of our dearly departed teams. In League 1, Charlton are behind to Oxford. Oxford 1, Charlton 0. Charlton signed Kirk from Crewe earlier in the week, but they are behind so far today. And Bolton have just equalised against AFC Wimbledon. So it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Bolton 1, after I gave them the big up and wondered if they could get 2 straight wins. Yeah, so Charlton yet to score, and they're going to land on 1 point if that sounds the same. Williams is the goal scorer for Oxford. We're just waiting to hear who the Bolton goal scorer is. Oh, it's Owen Doyle, who scored an absolute ton of goals for Bradford a couple of seasons ago. Can't remember. There we go. That was a pen, was it? Nice. A little dink from Hogan. And would be 1-0 for Birmingham against Stoke. He sticks that one over the bar. 50-50 at Hillsborough says, nah, it's the Darren Moore derby then, isn't it? Oxford 1, Addicts 0. Thank you, Iain. That was Williams with the goal there. Thank you, Liam. Congratulations on being a dad. Pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. Yellow card for Atkinson. What else are we saying in chat? Spoilt for goals last week. Seems to have quietened down this time around. In the Championship, a little bit, plenty going on all the way round. Doyle for Swindon. There we go. Thank you, guys. Brandon, hearing news that you had a little girl. Yes, I did have a little girl. Tremendous stuff. Thank you, everybody. Paisu fires wide. Orient 2, Exeter 0. Omar Beckles. Did he score last week as well? Chelsea 1, Palace 0 in the Premier League. And straight away in the Championship, Reading 1, Preston 0. So Chelsea lead through Marcos Alonso. But more in our parish is Reading, who lead against Preston. Reading 1, Preston 0. And I had that already pegged as a bit of a must-win, Reading versus Preston. You don't want things to start getting on top. Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth 1. Here comes the glut, guys. 3 goals in a minute there. Bournemouth have the lead at Forest, who lost last time out. Femi Aziz, one of the new players in there, the youngsters for Reading, has scored. So 3 quick goals there. Chelsea lead 1-0 against Palace. Reading lead 1-0 against Preston. And David Brooks, is he going to have a good season this season? He didn't quite hit the heights of his breakthrough season in the Championship at Sheffield United in 17-18. Didn't hit that last season, but he's already off and running for Bournemouth this season. So just to keep you up to speed on that, 3 quick goals there in the Premier League. Alonso puts Chelsea 1 up against Palace. Reading lead against Preston. Bournemouth lead against Forest. Good start for Scott Parker. Less so for Chris Hughton, who could be on 0 points after 2 games there in the Championship. Let's go to the live league table. We'll go Championship live league table. There's still no 6-pointers yet, but we've got some 0-pointers. Look there, Forest and Preston, who, as things stand, are going to be losing both of them their first 2 games. Not good. Wow. AFC Wimbledon 1, Bolton 2. That's gone 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 in turned around in the space of the first 27 minutes. Bolton lead 2-1 there against AFC Wimbledon. Didn't Bolton have a crazy game last week? Didn't they? Yeah, they drew 3-3, didn't they, Bolton, with MK? They're fun to watch this season, Bolton, let's just say. And they lead 2-1. Did I update that on the right screen? Hopefully I did. Sheehan, he scored last week as well, didn't he? Is the goal scorer for Bolton Wanderers. There we go. We didn't get into the League One scores as we were interrupted by a goal in the Championship last time. Keep your eyes on the crawler down the bottom and we'll bang through those League One goals there. We're just going to say a big thank you to Aaron, $20, 20 Aussie dollars, and a big congratulations. Thank you very much, Aaron. Very, very, very kind. Thank you all for your super chats. And Aaron from Melbourne, Australia, supporting little old me in Bedfordshire, England. Thank you very, very much. Jonathan, Preston are dreadful in getting relegation. Well, they look like they're going to lose their first 2 games. Not good. Do I see Chris Hughton last in the season? On the basis of the first game and a bit, no. But I don't see Chris Hughton keep losing every week, but doesn't look good so far. Right, so in League One, Wimbledon 1, Bolton 2, Stanley 1, Cambridge 0, Burton 1, Ipswich 1, Cheltenham 0, Wickham 1. I think Wickham are a 6-pointer there, aren't they? All of the other games are 0-0. In fact, Accrington have just gone 2 up. Oxford 1, Charlton 0 as well. A goal there. Stanley went 2-0 up there against Cambridge. So they're looking very, very good for 3 points today. Accrington Stanley, they've gone 1-0 up. It was Butcher who gave them the lead. And then in minute 30, 2-0 now to Accrington Stanley. Let's get that updated. Stanley 2, Cambridge 0. So many places to look. Harry Pell is the goal scorer there. Bosh, Lincoln 0, Fleetwood 1. Our friend Nappers on the dearly departed League One show will be jumping around now like a loon, no doubt. He's at that game. And last year's playoff finalists, Lincoln, are behind to Fleetwood. Fleetwood lead on 32 minutes there. Danny Andrew is the goal scorer. Lincoln 0, Fleetwood Town 1. So plenty of goals actually now in League One. That is starting to populate now. And as I say that, there's another one. Oxford 2, Charlton 0. What is with this bad start for Charlton here now? Obviously, Nigel Adkins in there, ex-championship club in 1920. They look like they drew the first game 0-0. They're 2-0 down against Oxford here in 31 minutes. It's a poor start for Charlton this season. We'll get the goal scorer in just a second. Cameron Brannigan, central midfielder, is the goal scorer. Morecambe have a penalty. Morecambe are better than you think as well. They drew 2-2 with this embryonic Liverpool. Someone says Liverpool there. Embryonic Ipswich team last season. Reading taking control of the game, says Matthew. Tom Bell. New one on me. Blades Way. Great signing for Blades. Ronaldo Vieira. That's been in the offing for a long, long while, isn't it? Ben Davies as well. We wondered whether he'd get anywhere near the pitch at Liverpool. And you can watch my video on that where I suggest he'd probably be straight back. I'm not being wise after the event, I promise. I said it. Bradford 1. Actually, there's a load of goals gone in there. So Morecambe lead against Shrewsbury. Morecambe 1, Shrewsbury 0 on 34. Phillips with the penalty for Morecambe. A couple of other goals went in very quickly around them. I don't know whether they were League One goals as well. Critchlow Noble has scored for Swindon. He is on loan from Huddersfield. We are familiar with him. There you go. Bradford 1, Oldham 0, I think was the other one that flashed up, which is not on our watch. Let me just bang that one up there for Morecambe. Let's do a League One live league table. I think it's going to look good for Wycombe is all I'll say. I think they're going to be the only 6-pointer there. Yes, indeed, they are. Wycombe and Oxford, the playoff finalists in 1920, weren't they? Yes, they were. Are the top two. Wycombe on 6 points there. Oxford, Rotherham, Bolton, Morecambe, Sunderland, Burton, Pompey, all on 4. Ipswich there in 13th. One game and sort of 35 minutes in to the season. Let's go back to your comments. QPR, 5 shots, 3 on target. Hull, 2 shots, 0 on target. Well, that'll do you. Don't concede any shots on target. QPR win that game. They have the lead there. Morecambe in the championship. That may be pushing it. Background music. Carlton Morris off with a knee injury, so maybe changes ahoy there in that Barnsley game. Aaron, Chair with the assist for Willock, Chair back and getting a goal contribution pretty much straight away, says, yes, you are. Let's have a look at that live Premier League table because there's a few teams have secured 3 points, and a few teams are heading in that direction as well. Manchester United and Brentford already winning. Brentford doing the dearly departed proud last night and beating Arsenal 2-0. Burnley are leading. Watford, we guaranteed dearly departed points in that one because it's Watford against Aston Villa. Watford lead after 10 minutes. Manuel Dennis is the goal scorer. Chelsea lead against Palace. Southampton lead at Everton as well. Adam Armstrong with the goal there on his debut, having rammed in 28 goals in the Championship last season for Blackburn. Let's just reset down the bottom. So your latest Championship, Peter beat Darby 2-1 in the 100th minute. Barnsley 0, Coventry 0, Birmingham 0, Stoke 0, Blackpool 0, Cardiff 0. Here come the goals though. Huddersfield 0, Fulham 1, Hull 0, QPR 1, Borough 0, Bristol City 0, Millwall 0, Blackburn 0, Forest behind, Forest 0, Bournemouth 1, David Brooks, Reading 1, Preston 0, Aziz with the goal scorer, West Brom 1, Luton 0 with Swansea, and Sheffield United playing tonight at 8 p.m. Josh McGuinness off. We've lost a couple of forwards in this opening 30 minutes as well. Oxford 2, Charlton 1. Charlton have a goal back on 36 minutes. Oxford 2, Charlton 1. Washington from the penalty spot is the goal scorer. We've had Washington in the Championship before, haven't we? Sheffield United and QPR. Who else did he used to play for? Peterborough. Yeah, didn't he? I thought West Brom had gone 2-0 up. Goal disallowed. So it's not West Brom 2. Luton 0. Stays 1-0. A fair few disallowed today and flashing up on the old stats. Is this one going to, though? Because we think it's Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 0. We think Warnock and Borough have the lead there. 38 minutes gone, and it's looking like Borough have taken the lead. They got that draw, didn't they, at Fulham last week after some good sort of substitute work and hanging in there. First shot on goal on 77 minutes, and they went away with a point. Silver got Warnocked, said everybody in the chat. Today, Borough leading against Bristol City. Borough 1, Bristol City 0. We await the goal scorer. Someone says Spence. Someone says Ikpeazu. Sky say Ikpeazu, so we'll go with that. And if that is the case, that's Ikpeazu's first goal for Borough, arriving from Wickham. Right, West Brom did have a goal disallowed. We think they've definitely gone 2-0 up now. West Brom 2, Luton 0. Valerian Ismail looking like he is getting his first win as Baggy's manager after drawing at Bournemouth last week. West Brom are 2 up against Luton, and Leicester 1-0 up against Wolves. Callum Robinson is the goal scorer for West Brom. No, it's not the first of the season for him. He scored at Bournemouth. Oh, goodness me. Right, they're all flying in now. Chelsea 2, Palace 0, Huddersfield 0, Fulham 2. A good minute for West London there. Leicester, the great Jamie Vardy scoring for them. Leicester 1, Wolves 0. Pulisic is the scorer for Chelsea. And I think I spied, yes, Huddersfield 0, Fulham 2. And Watford 2, Villa 0. Oh, could it be a 3-pointer for Watford? Another glut. I can't keep up. Let's try and get these all written down. And oh, God. Barnsley have also taken the lead. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Let's try and keep up with everything. And when the glut's over, we'll try and refresh everything. So goals absolutely flying in. Barnsley took the lead at the end of that as well against Coventry. So we think within about the space of a minute there, Borough scored. Oh, God. MK Dons have now gone behind against Sunderland. Absolutely all over the place. Watford, Ismaila Sarr, the superstar for them last season, is the goal scorer. And we just can't keep up here. So in the space of about a minute there, or two, Ikpeazu scored for Borough. Robinson, who did score last week, didn't he, from Mowatt's assist, scores for West Brom. So second of the season already for him. Vardy scored for Leicester, as he's done over 100 times in the Premier League. Pulisic scored for Chelsea. They're 2 up against Palace. Onuma scored for Fulham. They're 2 up against Huddersfield now. Frieser scored for Barnsley. So they're heading for 4 points as well, Barnsley. And MK Dons 0, Sunderland 1. So Ross Stewart, who needs Charlie White there, Ross Stewart has got 2 in 2. And I have got about 15 goals to stick up on the ticker. Right, let's go through very slowly and see if I can get all of these right. So Barnsley lead 1-0 now against Coventry. Huddersfield 0, Fulham 2. We had a couple of Premier League goals, didn't we? Chelsea went 2 up and Watford went 2 up. And we saw Sunderland take the lead. We already put the Borough goal up, didn't we? Well, I think I'm up to date. I'm sure someone will correct the crawler down the bottom there, but I think we should have everything alive and kicking down there. A glut of goals and a glut of points, really, for Morecambe, we're expecting in League One. Morecambe have just gone 2 up. Huddersfield have just got 1 back. This is pretty tricky to keep up with. So Huddersfield back to 2-1. We've had 3 goals. We've had disallowed goals and all sorts in that one. Huddersfield have now got it back. And Morecambe, I'm pretty sure I spotted, go 2-0 up as well. Morecambe making the promotion from League 2 to League 1 look pretty easy. Matty Pearson is the Huddersfield goal scorer. Signed him up from Luton. Luton need a centre-back today, don't they? They seem weakened there. So Pearson gets 1 back for Huddersfield before half-time. They were 2 down, obviously, against Fulham. I'm just awaiting on that Morecambe goal. There you go, Cole Stockton again. Cole Stockton now has 3 goals in the league season. He scored twice at Ipswich last week. He has done it again. Not sure if anyone got a hat-trick last week, did they? He must be out in front. It's also, oh, goodness me, Huddersfield 1, Fulham 3. It just won't stop in that game. 4 goals in the first half. Fulham score again. Excuse me. There was another goal went in League One as well, which I think I missed on the way in. 4 goals in the first 45 minutes. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 3, turning it on for Marco Silva today after that opening day draw. They look like they're getting the 3 points today. There we go. Andy Williams, he scored last week for sure, didn't he, for Cheltenham? He has equalised against Wickham, so I don't think we have any 6-pointers anymore. Fabio Carvalho was the goal scorer for Fulham to make it 3-1. Williams, the scorer for Cheltenham. And we must be getting to half times now. I don't know if I can keep up, for goodness sake. So Cheltenham equalise against Wycombe. But in the Championship, Fulham streaking away 3-1 in their game. They look pretty certain, you would think, with a 2-goal lead at half-time. Unless they throw it away in the worst way. Looks like Fulham are going to be 4 points from the first 2 games. 2 points per game gets you promoted, doesn't it? Every single season you will, 10-year average, you win the Championship with 2 points per game if you can get to 92. So I'm sure Fulham will be perfectly happy to start with 4 points from the first 2 games. Shame Carvalho won't sign a contract, even a short one. That would be a shame. He could fill his boots this season. Half-time at Preston. They are down 1-0 to Reading, aren't they? Footmob app. Yeah, I think West Brom are 2-0 up. Do I need to update that? We know Callum Robinson got that goal. Yeah, we will update that one. West Brom are indeed 2-0 up. And I think all the half-times are coming to save me from the glut. Look, we're already a page down of goals in that first half as I attempt to do 3 divisions. And it's not it's not the COVID schedule as well, where they spread all the games out and you've actually only got 1 Premier League game, which happened quite a lot last season, didn't it? In the 3 p.m. There'd only be 1 Premier League game often. Right. I think we'll be good to do our sweep now and go through all of our scorelines. The half times have come in, and I don't think we're going to get any more goals. It's 3:48 now, and I'm seeing lots of half times flash up. So, shall we dive in with our scores? We'll do it. We'll do it through SofaScore, in fact. So take a look. We'll bring the split screen up there. Premier League last night, Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. Early kickoff, Man United 5, Leeds 1. We will talk about that in the Dearly Departed show tomorrow morning. Half times here in the 3 p.m s. Burnley 1, Brighton 0, Chelsea 2, Palace 0, Everton 0, Southampton 1, Adam Armstrong. From the Championship straight onto the goal scoring sheet in the Premier League. Walsall 0, Forest Green 3. Woof. Leicester 1, Wolves 0, Vardy, and a dearly departed derby there. Watford 2, Villa 0. Dennis and Sarr, the goal scorers. 5:30 tonight. Norwich play Liverpool in our final dearly departed game. We've only got 4 because of the matchup between Watford and Villa. Right in the Championship, Peterborough beat Derby with a 100th minute goal from Shriki Dembele, 2-1 to Posh. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Barnsley look like they're going to be heading for 2 points per game if they can keep that there. Dom Frieser with the goal. Birmingham 0, Stoke 0, Blackpool 0, Cardiff 0. Quite the game up at the John Smiths. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 3. Fulham goal scorers. Mitrovic on 9. Onuma got the second. Carvalho got the third. Pearson scoring for Huddersfield. But Fulham lead 3-1. Looking good today. Hull 0, QPR 1. Willock. Borough 1, Bristol City 0. Ikpeazu. Millwall 0, Blackburn 0, Gary Rowett. Forest 0, Bournemouth 1, David Brooks. Reading 1, Preston 0, Aziz. West Brom 2, Luton 0. Own goal for Cal Naismith. Callum Robinson has 2 in 2 under Valerian Ishmael. Swansea will play Sheffield United tonight. La, 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 tonight. In League 1, AFC Wimbledon 1, Bolton 2. Wimbledon led in that one as well. Stanley 2, Cambridge 0. Burton 1, Ipswich 1. Cheltenham 1, Wycombe 1. Lincoln 0, Fleetwood 1. MK 0, Sunderland 1. Morecambe, who are a bit heroic so far on the Superstream. Morecambe 2, Shrewsbury 0, and Cole Stockton scoring again. He's got 3 and 2 in the league for Morecambe. Sensational. Oxford 2, Charlton 1, Plymouth 0, Gillingham 0, Pompey 0, Crewe 0, Wednesday 0, Doncaster 0, Wigan 0, Rotherham 0. Let's have a look at the live league tables and how everything is panning out. And go on the dearly departed. Look at Watford and Brentford up there. So Manchester United are pretty much odds on, unless someone can win by 5 goals instead of 4. They won by 4 goals. Manchester United beat Leeds 5-1. They're pretty odds on to be top of the league at the end of this round, aren't they? But look at Watford there in our dearly departed derby against Villa. They lead 2-0. Chelsea 2 up against Palace. Brentford had that superb win against Arsenal last night. Great start for them. Burnley lead as well against Brighton. Leicester lead against Wolves. Southampton lead at Everton. Adam Armstrong, our championship boy made good, stepping up and scoring on his debut in the Premier League for Southampton. There's your championship live league table. No 6-pointers projected. We would need a Stoke goal or possibly a Blackburn goal or a Birmingham goal or a Hull or a Luton turnaround, I suspect. But plenty of teams going to be hitting the 2 points per game early in the season. West Brom, Fulham, Stoke, Bournemouth, QPR, Barnsley, Borough, Blackburn, Birmingham, all going to be tied up on 4 points. Surely someone will end the day on 6 points. Be squidged together big style if nobody can win 2 for 2 at the start of the season. Let's have a look at the league table, or the live league table over in League One. And we do have a 6-pointer now after Ross Stewart's goal there. That'll be Sunderland. Look at Morecambe. That's tremendous, isn't it? Morecambe in second place as things stand, promoted Morecambe. Although look at Bolton as well, with the same thing, although Bolton. We class as a somewhat bigger club, don't we? Rotherham up there, Wickham, a couple of our dearly departed in there. Ipswich in 12th. Any 0-pointers down there? Only Shrewsbury projecting to be at 0 points. Right. Let's go to the comments, get your questions in and what not down there. Cole Stockton 4 in 3. Did he score in the League Cup as well? What a start for Cole Stockton of Morecambe. Splendid. Right. 0-0 at half-time. Hillsborough end to end. Can Wednesday get off the mark? First win drew 0-0, didn't they? As well. Do I need to... Have I missed off poor old Jamie Vardy's goal? Hey? How can you miss off Jamie Vardy? We had a couple of gluts there, didn't we? Which made life very, very hard to keep up with. Let's stick that Leicester goal on. There we go. Leicester 1. Wolves 0. Hopefully that is all fixed. Thank you very, very much. Hogan missing sitters for Birmingham. That's not good. Remember his loan spell? He was very good, wasn't he? But yeah, it has become a bit of a sitter misser type thing. Are we top? Says Fulham 58. Well, seems like there's going to be about 8 teams on 4 points as things stand. Welcome back, Premier League. Lots of upsets already. Brentford and Watford, yeah. Bring it on. Someone had made point. There you go. Looks like home advantage back in the Premier League. Most of the home teams winning, yeah. You can get used to playing with those crowds back in now, aren't they? Russ is confident as ever ahead of Norwich and former Premier League champions Liverpool. Sean, Stoke were better for the first 15 minutes in the game against Birmingham, but we have been better since. So he's a Birmingham fan, I think. Feels like a 1-0 either way. Yes. It felt that before the game with O'Neill against Birmingham, didn't it? So Cooper Hedge just wide on 36. Yeah, so we've only just gone past minute 36. It was a couple of minutes ago when Chris put that comment in there, all delayed. Blackburn versus Millwall. Good rule for offside for VAR. Yes. I think it was Anthony Taylor I saw talking to Jamie Carragher. Reckons they'll get an extra 20 goals because of that. So a thicker line and benefit of the doubt to the attacker. What a fine thing. Just last season's going to go down as like the strangest season in football history, isn't it? Empty stadiums. You got a penalty for any contact in the box, and offsides just for that one season were ridiculous. And do you remember the handball stuff for the first couple of months as well? That season's just people are going to think that's the weirdest season ever last season, aren't they, when we look back on it? Blazing Aqua, Bristol City v Middlesbrough, good, even, tough game, despite not too many shots. Come on, Cardiff, bring Kiefer. Why is he on the bench, box ticker? Why is Kiefer Moore on the bench? What else are we saying? Palace have a 0 XG. That sounds like no shots, doesn't it, to me? Stick one from halfway, bring that up to 0.0001 at least. Sarr is incredible. Yeah, he's very good. Yeah, very good player, Ismail Sarr. So we saw last season. What else are we saying in chat? Ollie, Stoke v Birmingham prediction. I'll go with the guy watching the game. 1-0 either way, doesn't it? Feels like a tight one. Russell's winning a bet if Lincoln turn it around. Who are Lincoln losing to? I can't remember. They are behind. They're home to Fleetwood. Yeah, they might turn it around. There we go. Sarr running rings around target. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right. I think we've probably got time for me to take 2 minutes before we get back to the second half. Reset everything, and we will, in the words of Stephen Gerrard, we will go again. So look, don't go anywhere, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. You buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Saturday Super Stream. We are at half-time, second half's just about to kick off. A few results already in earlier today. Great news if you're a Peterborough fan. A 100th minute win at Peterborough, get their first win back in the Championship. Bad news for our boys. Leeds of the dearly departed in the Premier League went down 5-1 at Manchester United. Better news for our boys over at Brentford, who won 2-0 against Arsenal last night. Right, can we do a bit of a roll call here? Just one word, one name. Let's see who we got represented tonight. So who do you support? So fill the chat up. Just put your answer once. Who do you support? Just so we can see how many teams we have got covered as we go into the second half. So just let me know who you support and we can see how we are all looking. This might go badly, all that sugar, but I found it in the fridge and Jess went for it. Right, we'll let that fill up. Hopefully we got at least 30 or 40 teams represented here. Right, Preston, Reading, Fulham, Cardiff, QPR, Sheffield United, Birmingham, Forest, Hull, Blackpool. This is great. Scunthorpe, Watford, Wednesday, Norwich, Birmingham, Cardiff, Baggies, Birmingham, Ipswich. Go on, Callum. Bristol City, Preston, QPR, Barnsley, Luton, Newell's Old Boys. Very nice. West Brom, Norwich, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Cardiff, Watford. Any vodka in there? No. Leeds, West Brom. Excellent. Good. So we've got a lovely, good mix of teams covered there. Any more there? QPR, Blackpool as well. Stephen. Right. I think they've just reached half-time down at Millwall. They're 15 minutes behind there. So I'm going to reset the crawler down the bottom. We'll just recap everything. And let me know how optimistic you are for your team in the second half. Honestly, would I take a 1-1 draw for Ipswich and Burton at the moment? Probably. Just get down the line and get that team all integrated. So Peterborough 2, Derby 1 earlier. It's Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. And we have got our first goal in the second half. So I'm not even going to reset. I'm going to tell you that Everton have equalised against Southampton. Everton 1, Southampton 1. Armstrong had given Southampton the lead. Everton are now back level against the Saints there. And I dare say a few of our dearly departed fans will probably have their eye on Southampton, particularly our Watford, Norwich and Brentford fans, as one that might regress from a position that was already sort of down towards the bottom of the Premier League. So they won't be too unhappy with that goal is all I'll say. Richarlison has scored for Everton. Right, yeah, indeed. Let's get 100 likes. Do hit that like button wherever you are watching. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I know the majority of you here on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button. We're at 18,870 something. So we're getting close to the 19,000. And thank you to all of the lovely people who have super chatted today. Big help there. Right. We were distracted by that Richarlison goal, weren't we? Let's do our reset. I promise I won't let any goals interrupt it. Right. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Fraser. Birmingham 0, Stoke 0. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 0. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 3. 4 goals in the one half there. Hull 0, QPR 1. Willock. Borough 1, Bristol City 0. Ikpeazu. Millwall 0, Blackburn 0. Arrow at half-time. Now 15-minute delay there. Forest 0, Bournemouth 1. Brooks. Reading 1, Preston 0. Aziz. West Brom 2, Luton 0. Own goal and Robinson there. And tonight, Swansea versus Sheffield United in the Premier League. Last night, the dearly departed, heroic there from Brentford, beat Arsenal 2-0 on the opener. Less so from Leeds today. Man United 5, Leeds 1. And then 3 o'clock today in the Prem. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. Chelsea 2, Palace 0. Everton 1, Saints 1. Leicester 1, Wolves 0. Watford 2, Villa 0. Could be a double dearly departed win this weekend. And we've still got Norwich. They've just got the easy matter of Liverpool. Later on, we got a goal in the Championship, though, before we get to League One. And it's an equaliser for Nottingham Forest. Scott McKenna, the Forest centre-back, has equalised on 48. Forest 1, Bournemouth 1. David Brooks had given Bournemouth the lead in that one. Scott McKenna has got the equaliser for Nottingham Forest, who went down 2-1 to Coventry last week. So they really could do without losing again this week, for sure. Scott McKenna, you legend. In he goes. Michael Morrison, overlapping centre-back. Yeah. Nathan, slightly optimistic Cov will get back into the game. Looks as though their goal was against the run of play. Chance we can get back in. I like it, Nathan. I like your confidence. Good luck to Cov in the second half. Anyone really worried about Preston this season? Yes, Chris. I think most Preston fans seem to be, don't they? Preston are behind, and they did lose 4-1 at home in their first game as well. If Sander Berger does stay at Bramall Lane, do you think that's as good as a signing for Sheffield United? Yeah, his head looks right, doesn't it? So I don't think he will stay at Bramall Lane, but yeah, he should be able to boss this division. And, you know, we've seen what one player can do, can't we? We've seen Grealish and at Villa and Hernandez at Leeds and Buendia at Norwich. You would start to put Berger and in terms of the influence on his team with Eze at QPR, those type of players. Right, League One. We were just getting there, weren't we? And it's already scrolled by. So I think I can do it. Can do it that way round. There you go. And it's Accrington 2, Cambridge 0, Wimbledon 2. Excuse me, Wimbledon 1, Bolton 2, Burton 1, Ipswich 1, Cheltenham 1, Wickham 1, Lincoln 0, Fleetwood 1, MK 0, Sunderland 1, Morecambe 2, Shrewsbury 0. I'm enjoying Morecambe today. Oxford 2, Charlton 1, Plymouth 0, Gillingham 0, Pompey 0, Crewe 0, Wednesday 0, Doncaster 0, Wigan 0, Rotherham 0. Blackpool's fans are not worried about Preston. No, I'm sure they're not. But there we go. Annie, we're not getting back into this game. The Warnock is in the way. Napoli and others won't only want to pay 15 million and we aren't selling less. Oh, okay. You sound a bit defensive there, that other George. We're only talking speculating here. So we assume you have a direct line into the boardroom then. Being just so bullshit about that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Sander Berger. However defensive fans get about players for their team. They get sold if the money's right, don't they? Sometimes get sold if the money isn't right as well. Pompey 1, Crewe 0. That would be a 6-pointer, wouldn't it? Pompey won last week, didn't they? At Fleetwood. So could be a good start, this one, for Portsmouth. Just worried he's class. Oh, yes, he is, yeah. AFC Wimbledon 1, Bolton 3. Oh, crikey, we're getting a glut here. So Bolton have gone 3-1 up and MK Dons 0, Sunderland 2. So not only are Pompey going to be a 6-pointer, Sunderland are as well. So it looks like Portsmouth and Sunderland, who, let's be honest, get quite heavily mocked by other fans in League One for being big but not getting promoted ever, could be both starting very, very well. Marquis, the £2 million striker at Pompey, with the goal there on 48. We're just waiting for the Bolton goal scorer. Afolayan is the Bolton goal scorer. And Embleton, who got an assist last week for Sunderland, has got on the score sheet this week. Also, MK 0, Sunderland 2, and it is Blackpool 0, Cardiff 1. Cardiff lead over at Blackpool. So a bit of a glut of goals there. So Pompey, let me update all these at once as they all fly in at the same time, which is very exciting, but hard to keep up with. Sometimes he says scanning the screen over there. Where are Portsmouth on my list, and why can't I see them? Right. Well, we know MK of 0, Sunderland 2. We can update that one. Have I even got Portsmouth on there? Wigan, Sheffield United, Crew, Oxford, Morecambe. Don't think they're on there, are they? Deary me. Are they? Yes. Oh, no, it says Plymouth. That's why. It should say Portsmouth. What a mistaker. So we can put Pompey on there. My bad. Sorry, guys. It was Leandro Bacuna that's given Cardiff the lead, and they will go on to 4 points as well. So many teams are going to be tied up on 4 points now, up at the top of the championship after 2 games, unless we get some swings and some roundabouts and some cats and some pigeons, which we will, because it's the championship in the last 30 minutes of this one. I needed to add a goal on for Bolton there as well. They've got a third. And we should all be updated there. Sorry. Faffing around, dearie me. Bacuna for Cardiff. Come on, Cardiff. Flares out at Rochdale. You love it. Cormac, come on, you Orns. Yeah, very impressive. Could be impressive opening Premier League day for Watford, couldn't they? 2-0 up. I want to see how many long throws Roberts has had. Does anyone record those stats? How many long throws have gone in the box? I'd like to see that as well. What else are we saying? I think you're right about Sander Berger. Don't think he will stay. Have good use. Jack O'Connell has been a massive loss. Oh, yes, he has. When on earth is he going to be back? He's been out for forever, hasn't he? Poor old Jack O'Connor. Math. Miserable Leeds fan here. You're probably not the only one, Math. Write that one off. Move on. I'm sure Leeds will be fine, but don't want to be losing 5-1 on the opening day of the season, do you? Not good. Bluebirds, come on. Riverside is class right now, so having COVID really sucks. Oh, that's not good. Evil Spirit, you'll be back. Don't you worry. You will be back. Do I think Bristol City are in threat of relegation? If you add in the layer of chaos, then yes. Otherwise, unless they do something crazy and they have 3 managers this season or something, then no. But you never know. MK have just got a goal back, actually, against Sunderland. MK 1, Sunderland 2 on 56 minutes. That one looked like it was going heavily in Sunderland's way just a couple of minutes before when Embleton put the Black Cats, the Mackhams, 2-0 up. MK back within 4 minutes to a single goal deficit. David, too kind, my friend. A £20 super chat. Very, very kind. Thank you. Not the first one today as well. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Bennett on the birth of a baby daughter. Buy her a nice gift. Thank you very, very much, David. Are we allowed to buy nappies or you want an actual gift? You decide. You let me know and I'll make sure we do that. Thank you very, very much. And also, I should say thank you to Russ, who completely unnecessarily, he sent me a gift, which was one thing, and then he sent me another one, a beautiful jumper for when baby's a bit older, cardigan. So thank you very much, Russ, as well. Thank you, David, for that super chat. Troy Parrott. Wow. Troy Parrott has a goal. Unbelievable scenes. Will this be his season? Will he get going? Wow. Trevor Chalobah has scored for Chelsea. Did Trevor Chalobah start in that game? He was on loan at Ipswich. I'm quite dumbstruck by that. Can someone look that up for me? Did Chalobah start? He scored for Chelsea. That's sensational. Thomas Tuchel and Trevor Chalobah sitting in a tree Unbelievable. Go on, Trev. He was a good lad. Nathaniel Chalaba's younger brother. I never thought I'd see him playing in the Chelsea first team. That's sensational. Brilliant stuff. Good luck to him. Bournemouth have gone back in front as well. Phil Billing has got 2 in 2. That'll jack that transfer fee up, won't it? He and Dan Juma are the main guys linked out. Well, isn't that great? You look at those Chelsea loan players sometimes and you think, oh, you know, they're never going to get anywhere near the team. And great to see Chalobah getting in there. By the way, it's Chelsea 3, Palace 0. I saw a lot of people making Chelsea sort of favourites for the Premier League. They're cruising in 3-0 today. So, yeah, Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. I mean, I say it could be Scott Parker's first win there this season at Bournemouth, but they did lead twice, didn't they, in the opening weekend, Bournemouth against... who did they play the first week, Bournemouth? They played West Brom, didn't they, in our opening curtain-raising game there. So, look, plenty of goals already in the second halves here. Richarlison for Everton, equalising against Southampton. Oh, we have a goal for Bristol City as well. We'll get to that one in a sec. David Brooks, red-carded. Interesting. There you go. Very, very interesting. And it sounds like Preston have scored as well. So lots and lots going on here. Bristol City just equalised. Andy King has scored for the Robins. And Preston have scored as well. I assume that was Dan Johnson, if it was a penalty. Yeah, there it goes. Just comes through. Daniel Johnson, first of normally sort of 5-10 goals he gets every season, doesn't he? From central midfield. Robert, you legendary. Thank you. £20 super chat. You lot are too kind. Thank you ever so much. Very, very kind on the super chats today. I'm so grateful. I know Robert's on Patreon as well, so that's very, very kind of you, Robert. Right, let's get these scores updated. Thank you again. 2 big super chats there from David and from Robert. Barrow 2, Hartlepool 2. Oh, Jeff will be pleased with that one on Sky Sports. He does not leave his bias at the door, but then I think the producers spend half the time winding him up to make him not do that, don't they? Right, let's get these equalisers in there. So Dan Johnson equalises for Preston from the spot. We had the equaliser for Andy King for Bristol City. And, well, we already put Phil Billings' goal up there, but we're probably expecting Forest to be coming back in that one if Bournemouth are going to be playing with 10 for the last 30 minutes of that one. This is the Saturday Superstream, everybody. Let's go to the live league table. Let's get the Championship live league table first. And still no 6-pointers in the Championship. And 9 teams are going to land on 4 points. So unless we can get a goal for Birmingham, for Blackburn, or for Stoke, we're not going to have any 6-pointers. I think Luton and Coventry, yeah, both behind as well. So you need a big swing there. Let's take a look. And I think there are some big name 6-pointers in League One. There you go. Sunderland and Pompey, as things stand, going to be landing on 6 points. Look at Bolton and Morecambe in there. Sensational stuff there. 2 promoted teams, Bolton and Morecambe, up in the Premier League. I mean, they're only on week 1. But you know what I say with my dearly departed hat, and I say stop the count, because look at Watford and look at Brentford. 3rd and 4th. We'll take that, won't we? Okay, we have to put up with... no, actually, no. Leeds to be relegated. We can't have that. That will not be good for the dearly departed, will it? But yeah, potentially 2 really good wins for Brentford and for Watford. Brentford won 2-0. Watford are 2-0 up in that Graham Taylor derby against Aston Villa. Right. What are you guys saying in the chat? Adam, refs lost it. Others have said it's a handball, that no one can complain about losing control of the game in general. Though, Pompey 2, Crew 0. So Pompey and the Cowleys looking very good for first position now in League One. They've gone to... No, they haven't. Goal's been disallowed. That's happened to me about 5 times today already, but there we go. Any other Canary fans looking forward to seeing Jolis play? I suspect he won't play today, will he? Surely he'll be on the bench and dripped in if he's only been in for a few days. But yeah, it might be an exciting one to put on if the game is tight. Certainly that will raise the atmosphere over in the stadium. Steve, the way we are dragging our feet over Davies and Vieira seems like we were waiting for outgoings first. Ramsdale and Berger. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? It just depends whether... I know it's obviously great to do the whole season with Ramsdale and Berger, wouldn't it? You'd think that would make your points total higher than without them. But of course, then you just get the same thing in January again. On and on and on it goes when you have these players that are sort of very, very high quality. Oh, right. Getting a little bit of a lull now. No goals for probably the last 4 or 5 minutes. So looks like the crawler is about to reset. Let's reset with it. So it's Peterborough 2, Derby 1 earlier today. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Birmingham 0, Stoke 0. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 1. Bakuna has given them the lead there. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 3. Heavy goal scoring first half there. Hull 0, QPR 1. Borough 1, Bristol City 1. Have equalised now in the second half. Millwall 0, Blackburn 0. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth down to 10. So we may get change in that game. Reading 1, Preston 1. West Brom 2, Luton 0. West Brom 2-goal leads to look after. Swans and Blades tonight at 8. In the Premier League, well done, Brentford. Brilliant stuff. 1-2-0 last night. Man United 5, Leeds 1. Doesn't bode well for my subscriber base. We have lots of Leeds friends. So we hopefully move on from that. Burnley 1, Brighton 0. Chelsea 3, Palace 0. Trevor Chalobah. Go on, Trev. Scoring in that one. Ex-Ipswich Loney. Everton 1, Saints 1. Leicester 1, Wolves 0. Watford 2, Villa 0. Scratch that. What is going on? Watford 3, Villa 0. Watford 3, Villa 0. I tipped Watford to get relegated yesterday. Of course I did. Watford 3, Villa 0. That's quite the start. And yes, Villa struggling without Captain Jack. They're getting battered actually down at Vicarage Road. Watford 3, Villa 0. I'll message our mate Dave, who's down there. Dave, who sponsored our Super Streams last season, is in the stadium. I know he's going to be having a lovely old time. Watford 3, Villa 0. Hernandez is the goal scorer. And Watford, well, they're going to be tied with Chelsea, who are also leading 3-0. So they're annoyingly, they're probably going to be third on alphabetical order. But take a bow, Watford. What a start for the Hornets. And now Pompey have gone 2-0 up against Crew. Let's just get all this down. So Hernandez was the goal scorer for Watford. And Pompey 2-0 up now against Crew. Look like they're heading for the top of League One. And it looks like Preston are heading for the bottom of the Championship. Oh, Bournemouth just had the ball in the net. I sort of expected Forest to come back in that one, but it was disallowed. So look, Reading have gone 2-1 up. People were asking a few minutes ago, you worried about Preston? Well, they equalised, and now you're worried about them all over again. Preston are 2-1 down, and we were talking about Pompey in League One. They are 2-0 up now against Crewe and look like they're heading for the top of the table. John Swift. I'm liking the look of John Swift this season. He got goal and assist in his first game. He's going to put some nice numbers up. Watford goal screamer by the sub. You love to see it. Preston conceded 6 in 2 games. That's not a good start, is it? If you lose your first 2 and concede 6 goals. So Swift is the scorer for Reading. Who scored for Portsmouth then? Marcus Harness scored for Pompey. And I think we just had another League One goal gone in. And Lincoln have equalised, as I call them every time. Last season's League One playoff finalists. Lincoln have equalised at home to Fleetwood. Lincoln 1, Fleetwood 1. Lincoln now back level in that one. Oh, and 2 goals going in the Championship in the space of seconds there. 1 has gone to QPR and 1 has gone to Borough. So QPR look home and hosed. Just as I say that, Aston Villa have also scored. So QPR, as I say, look home and hosed. They are 2-0 up now against Hull. Looks like QPR getting the away win and moving on to 4 points. Hull 0, QPR 2. And Borough were 1-0 up. Bristol City got it back to 1-1. Borough have just gone 2-1 up again. And Aston Villa have now got 1 back against Watford. We're getting your goal scorers for all of those. Lyndon Dykes, first of the season there. It was Scully who equalised for Lincoln against Fleetwood. Did I already pop that one up? Yes, I did. And we're just waiting for the Borough goal scorer. And the Villa goal scorer is John McGinn, as West Brom go 3 up against Luton Town. We're still waiting for the Borough goal scorer. It's Matt Crooks, signed from Rotherham. That will be his first goal, certainly his first league goal. And West Brom just went 3-0 up. A big win for West Brom today. West Brom going 3-0 up now against Luton Town. I think we're all updated other than that one. We're just hanging out for that West Brom goal scorer, Carlin Grant, who West Brom have already scored 4 goals and he's not been on the score sheet yet in those first 2 games. Now he is. Carlin Grant, 15 million quid signing in the Premier League from Huddersfield for West Brom. He gets the goal, and I keep saying it. Carlin Grant, Grady Dean Garner, and Callum Robinson up front probably scores you a lot of goals in the Championship. And West Brom already have 4, and Big Val has 4 points. Barrow 3, Hartlepool 2. That's been all good fun there. Woof. Crooksy indeed. Adam 1-2 with Lucas Shaw for Swift. Precise finish of the inside the post. Started the season well, hasn't he? You can imagine he actually played some games for them last season. And, well, very annoying to see if you're a Reading fan, being Michael Elise and Omar Richards are now gone. John Swift is finally fit. McGinn, what a goal. Look forward to seeing that one. Norwich team is in, says Russ. Can you put it in the chat for us, please, Russ? Best front 3 since Reading's in 05-06. don't start debates like that, Gaffer Tapes, because everybody will pick their favourite one from the team they support and never back down. Burnley won, Brighton won, and things have gone from bad to worse for Hull. George Moncur is off. They're 2-0 down, Hull, against QPR. Oh, and a dearly departed team in League One lead. Sheffield Wednesday lead 1-0. Wednesday won, Doncaster 0 on 72. So Wednesday going to be moving to 4 points and have not conceded a goal yet this season. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Doncaster 0 in the Darren Moore derby, and Barry Bannon, who should be well too good for League One, is the goal scorer. It was Mopai who scored for Brighton. And Everton 2, Southampton 1. And I'll say it again, our dearly departed friends have got their eye on Southampton. They really, really do, as someone that they think they can finish above. They're going to start with 0 points by the look at it. Everton are 2-1 up now against Southampton with about 15 to go. Everton 2, Southampton 1. Abdoulaye Doucouré, who was for a short time last season in the Championship with Watford. A quick glut of goals there. Luton have got one back now. Another one in the Championship. West Brom 3, Luton 1. No clean sheet for Big Val on West Brom. Probably a consolation goal. Could be the start of a mad comeback. You wouldn't put it past Luton, would you? West Brom 3, Luton Town 1. We've got a couple to update in the Premier League as well on the crawler down the bottom there. Everton 2-1 up now, and Burnley 1, Brighton 1. Harry Cornick 2 for the season for him. He scored in the opener last week. Didn't he? We needed to flash up that Sheffield Wednesday goal as well from Barry Bannon. They lead 1-0. Feel free to take a look at the crawler down the bottom. And I said, see if I've missed any. Tell me politely, obviously. Hull 0, QPR 3. We said things have gone from bad to worse for Hull. So they've gone from bad to worse still. As QPR have now gone 3-0 up. George Moncur have been red carded at 2-0. Rob Dickey has scored again. Goodness me. 2-2 for good old Bob Dickey, the QPR centre-half, whose value just rises and rises and rises, doesn't it? Dickey rises and... Stop it. Hull 0, QPR 3. Forest have just had a goal disallowed as well by the looks of my phone. So QPR and Rob Dickey 3-0 up. And Sheffield Wednesday have gone 2-0 up. They've killed that game. 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Doncaster 0. Wednesday will be going on to 4 points, but Wycombe will be going on to 6 points. Cheltenham 1, Wycombe 2. Wycombe are League One gurus, and they're going to be up the top there with Sunderland and Pompey, I think, all tied up tight on 6 points at the top there. Dennis Adinaran, who was on loan at Wycombe last season, is the goal scorer for Wednesday. Ollie Pendlebury is the goal scorer for Wycombe. Adinaran and Pendlebury, 2 back-to-back goals for our dearly departed teams there. And Wednesday and Wycombe both look like they're winning. See, it was such a good idea to do League One dearly departed, because then you get teams that are coming from a league above and they might actually win some games after putting up with my free relegations there. Harry Wilson has been red carded for Fulham for foul play. That's a straight red. Is that serious foul play? So he might be banned for 3 games, is what I am saying. Harry Wilson, red card. I don't know what's going on there. But I do know that it's Millwall 1, Blackburn 0. Millwall take the lead. Now, remember, they're heavily delayed there at Millwall. So it's only the 64th minute. But Millwall lead against Blackburn Rovers. Guess who scored for Millwall? Go on. Jed Wallace, again. How many is he going to get this season? AFC Wimbledon 2, Bolton 3. Can Bolton draw their first 2 games 3-3? Aaron Presley is the goal scorer there. Wow, Burnley 1, Brighton 2. Are those dearly departed friends of ours going to have an eye on Burnley as well? Looks like Burnley are going to start off with a defeat, and Brighton have made a quick comeback. And you can call me Nostradamus. AFC Wimbledon 3, Bolton 3. It's happening. 2 consecutive 3-3s we think coming. AFC Wimbledon just scored twice in the space of about a minute, I think. They're incredible. Everton 3, Southampton 1. Stick a fork in Southampton. I think they're done in that one. Everton 3-1 up now on 81 minutes. Awakoya Mbude is the goal scorer for AFC Wimbledon, who are, well, minimum going to draw 3-3 for the second week run. He could get even more goals for Bolton, who look like they're going to be fun to watch. Alexis McAllister was the guy that put Brighton 2-1 up. Still plenty of time, by the way, in that 3-3 game between AFC Wimbledon. That goal went in on the 75th minute. There it is, Iain. We predicted it, didn't we? Beautiful. Wilson and Brooks both sent off the Welsh Fire. Very good point. Very, very good point. Big Kiefer coming on. He's going to score, isn't he? He's going to score. Who scored for Everton to make it 3-1? Anybody tell me? Right, I need to do some updates here, for goodness sakes. So, what do we got in the Premier League? Oh, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Who else was the scorer for Everton? So, Everton lead 3-1. It looks like Rafa the Gaffer is going to have a win in his first Premier League game as manager of Everton. Right, so we had that Brighton turnaround. It's now Burnley 1, Brighton 2. Bam, bam. There, 2 quick goals. Brighton now without Ben White, of course. Cashed in that 50 million quid. And we need to update down there. It's Millwall 1. Blackburn 0 as well. Did I update Wycombe and Sheffield Wednesday? Well, good thing I ask about Wycombe, because if I haven't updated them, I need to now, because it's Cheltenham 1, Wycombe 3. Wycombe are definitely getting 6 points this weekend, or going to be moving on to 6 points this weekend. They've just gone 3-1 up at Cheltenham. Cheltenham 1, Wycombe Wanderers 3. And I think we're all updated. Take a look at the crawler. If you see I've missed any goals down there, do let me know in the comments. Looks like we got some 6-pointers up at the top of League One. I think Wycombe, Sunderland and Pompey are all going to be on 6 points after round 2 of fixtures. Wycombe are 3-1 up at Cheltenham, and Accrington Stanley are 2-1 up at Cambridge. Now, they were 2-0 up. Cambridge have won back. Another goal, by the way, for Pendlebury for Wycombe, who scored 2 in the last, in the space of 5 minutes. He scored on 74 and 79. So Cambridge just got one back against Accrington Stanley. Stanley 2, Cambridge 1. Right, let's do some live league tables before we get the inevitable glut of late goals in these games. We won't look at the Premier League because they only have one game to go on. But what's fascinating here about the Championship is nobody wants to be on 6 points. Really, we're looking at St Andrews for this. If anyone could score and get the win in Birmingham versus Stoke, either side would land on 6 points because they both won last week, of course. You don't really see Luton turning it around from 3-1 down. They also won last week. And you don't see Hull turning it around from 3-0 down as well. So it doesn't look like we're going to get any 6 pointers unless either Birmingham or Stoke can get the goal that will put them top of the league. Great first game with fans at Wimbledon's new stadium. Absolutely. Just get Bolton along. Guarantee you a 3-3 draw for sure. Fulham 4-1, says the chat. And they are very, very right. Ivan Cavallero has scored for Fulham, who lead 4-1. And perhaps lots of people's pre-season predictions that Huddersfield might be quite low down and Fulham might be quite high up might be nodding along to that scoreline. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 4. It was Ironside for Cambridge. He scored last week as well, I think I am correct in saying. So Huddersfield 1, Fulham 4. Big win for Fulham. Fulham got 10 men as well. Harry Wilson got red carded, didn't he? And then they went 4-1 up. Let's quickly, we're coming up to sort of last 5-10 minutes now. Let's quickly just check out that League One live table. And you got 3 6-pointers there. And those teams are Wycombe, who are 3-1 up. Pompey are 2-0 up. Sunderland are 2-1 up. So they are, they have the least cushion out of any of those teams. But it looks like you're going to get some 6-pointers in there for sure. And where are the late goals coming in? I wonder. We've had a couple of 81st minute goals at Everton and one for Cambridge as well. So we are into the last 10 minutes and then stoppage time. Where are the late goals coming from? We're top again, says Fulham, 1958. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, God, if Burton got a penalty, of course they have. Ugh. Ipswich could be on 1 point after 2 games. We'll find out in a minute. And yeah, Burton have scored. Burton 2, Ipswich 1 on 86. And is anybody really surprised? No. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. That was one that came up in the preview show. We did think Mick McCarthy would get the win there for Cardiff. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2, and Burton 2, Ipswich 1. 2 86th minute goals going in those games. Cardiff look home and host. Ipswich look like it's going to be a fair wee while until that team looks anything like a team. Lucas Akins as well. How long has he been at Burton? And well done to whoever it was in the chat who said Kiefer Moore's coming on, he's going to score. You were right. Kiefer Moore has come on and Kiefer Moore has scored in the 86th minute for Cardiff. Lincoln 2, Fleetwood 1. Lincoln have turned it around. Lincoln go 2-1 up. Scully with his second. This could be a case for Mulder and Scully. Lincoln 2, Fleetwood 1 in League One. Where is that on the screen? There we go. Lincoln with the turnaround victory. 87 minutes. So Time is a ticking in lots and lots of these games now. We're coming up to full time. £100 cash out. Get out. Get out of Dodge now. Lincoln score a penalty. Can hear the crowd from my house. Sensational stuff. Where are the late goals coming? Let's do a quick reset down the bottom. Hopefully I've got all these scores updated. It's Barnsley 1, Coventry 0, Birmingham 0, Stoke 0. Either of those sides score at St Andrews, they go top of the league with a win. Are they going to score, though? Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. Cardiff look home and host. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 4. Fulham down to 10 and going 4-1 up. Hull 0, QPR 3. Hull also down to 10. QPR taking advantage to go 3 up there. Borough 2, Bristol City 1. Millwall 1, Blackburn 0. That's delayed, though. About 15 minutes behind. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth down to 10. Holding on there. Reading 2, Preston 1. West Brom 3, Luton 1. Tonight, 8 p.m, Swansea versus Sheffield United on the telly. Last night, brilliant. Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. Less brilliant at lunchtime here. Man United 5, Leeds United 1. Premier League, Burnley 1, Brighton 2, Chelsea 3, Palace 0, Everton 3, Saints 1, Leicester 1, Wolves 0, Watford 3, Villa 1, and it's Norwich and Liverpool at 5:30 in League 1, where we just had a goal between Plymouth and Gillingham. Plymouth 0, Gillingham 1. I don't recall that being on my list. Goodness me, let's stick it on the bottom there. It's not there, is it? Thoroughly unprofessional. Thoroughly unprofessional of Leicester, who have just let Wolves equalise. It's Plymouth 1, Gillingham 0. Oh, Birmingham had the ball in the net to go top of the league. It's been disallowed. Actually, so is the Wolves goal. So we won't be reporting on that. Saturday Superstream staple, Luke Jeffcott for the first time this season. He went on a Superstream streak last year, scored every week for a while, didn't he? Jeffcott for Plymouth gives them the lead against Gillingham. Plymouth 1, Gillingham 0. We're coming up 90 minutes. Ooh, we're not coming up 90 minutes at the Den, but we've got an equaliser on 76 for Blackburn. Remember, they are 15 minutes behind there, and it's now Millwall 1, Blackburn 1. Blackburn have levelled. Bad news for our Millwall friends there. Great news for our Blackburn friends, but plenty of time to go there. 76 play, so still 14 minutes plus stoppage time there. It's Blackburn equalising at Millwall. Ben Brereton does it again. It says Brereton Diaz on my screen. He scored in both games so far. Tremendous stuff. What else have we got? Blackburn could still get the 6 points. Yes, they could. Yes, they could indeed to go top of the league. Let's see. We're coming up. There's some full times coming through now. All in Scotland, actually. But we are now coming up 90th minute. Chelsea 3, Palace 0. Full time. They are starting to come through. Where are we going to get our late goal in the Superstream this week, or our latest goal? We will always get a late goal somewhere. See if we get one that's decisive. Remember, as is pointed out now, a Blackburn goal puts them top of the league in the Championship. Birmingham or Stoke, if either of them can score, we know Birmingham had the ball in the net. Either of those can score. They are going top of the Championship. Will the late goal come? Everton 3, Southampton 1, full time. Ref has lost the plot at Oakwell. 7 yellows. Yes. That sounds like a financial penalty for Barnsley, doesn't it? 7 yellows in one game. They'll be paying for that one. She's gone to Bianca Westwood on Sky. 93 gone. I don't think we're going to get a winner in Birmingham Stoke. There's a late goal, but it's in League Two, so we're not covering it. Walsall 1, Forest Green 3. And there you go. It's full-time. Birmingham 0, Stoke 0. So it looks very, very much like in the Championship, we're going to get a huge load of teams all tied up on 4 points, doesn't it? No one on 6 points, unless Blackburn can come through and get the winner. We are still awaiting any late goals. No stoppage time goals in Premier League, Championship or League One. 10 teams on 4 points. Incredible stuff. Full times coming in. Got a couple in the Premier League. Birmingham Stoke is over. We're into stoppage time in most games in our leagues. Where, I ask, are the late goals? Come on, give us one. There's another one in League Two. Bradford 1, Oldham 1. What are you going to do? Nothing in Premier League, Championship or League One in terms of late goals. We will know very, very soon, in the next 5 minutes, in fact, what the table is going to look like. Remember, 3-game week coming up in the Championship, so no Sunday games tomorrow. Leicester 1, Wolves 0. That's a full time in the Prem. Burnley 1, Brighton 2. Bad start for Burnley. Well done, Brighton. That one is full time. And Graham Potter just shaking hands with the staff there. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2. Good win for McCarthy and Cardiff. Burton 2, Ipswich 1. I repeat, is anybody surprised? Leicester 1, Wolves 0. The great Jamie Vardy. He's up with the greats, the 100-goal guys in the Premier League. Leicester are good, aren't they? Just do the job. Morecambe 2, Shrewsbury 0. That's an excellent start from Morecambe up in League One. 4 points in those first 2 games from Morecambe. Brilliant stuff. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. Forest couldn't capitalise on a red card for David Brooks. I think, 65, 70 minutes into that game. Seemed like there was plenty of time left. But good job that by Scott Parker to go there and get that win with the 10 men. Hull 0, QPR 3. Good start for QPR. They're going to be one of our many teams on 4 points. Oh, are we going to get a late goal in the game involving Coventry? Are we hearing that Coventry have got a penalty? We will find out very, very soon. I never take the word of the chat because people tend to make stuff up, don't they? But hopefully, well, no. Oh, Watford 3, Villa 2. But it's a 97th minute penalty from Danny Ings. He scores a debut goal there. Don't think it's going to make any difference, but it'll be squeaky bum time from kickoff. Reading 2, Preston 1 is a full time. Are Coventry going to get a late goal for the second week running? We think they've got a penalty against Barnsley. So we did get one late goal. Not that I think it's going to make a difference unless Villa go ahead and make a mad comeback to make it 3-3. MK 1, Sunderland 2. Sunderland 6 points from the first 2 games. Great start by Sunderland. Well played. And I've just drunk a whole milk bottle's worth of orange juice, so I'm going to be hyper, aren't I? Deary me. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Doncaster 0. Oh, it's been missed. Goodness me. Okay. So late incident, but no late goal there. I can see Cisco Munoz shaking hands there with the Villa staff down at Vicarage Road. And Watford start with a win. Sensational stuff from Watford. They've beaten Villa without Captain Jack for the first time. Villa lose to Watford. They were 3-0 down as well. Ends 3-2. Debut goal for Danny Ings. Debut goal for Emmanuel Dennis. Right. Have we got many games remaining? Looks like the majority of games are at full time now. Obviously, Millwall and Blackburn is a different issue because they were delayed by 15 minutes. But in the main, I think we got most of the championship ones through. Wednesday 2, Doncaster 0 went through in League 1. Accrington 2, Cambridge 1 went through in League 1 as well. Oh, God. 16 minutes added on at West Brom. Well, first of all, I hope Clark is okay, but I think they're going to be there a while as well. It might finish around the same time as Millwall versus Blackburn. So, look, we can't do anything like that. So, shall we try and sweep through this now and go through all of our results? Let's do Championship first. That is our bread and butter, and we can have a look at the league table and look if we get any stupid super duper late goals. Surely we've had our fill with a 100th minute winner for Peterborough earlier today. Maybe we cash that one in for sure. Right, so there are your championship results. Posh 2, Derby 1, Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Coventry missing the stoppage time penalty, or it being saved, whichever way you like to look at it. It didn't go in the goal. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 5. What is going on? 10-man Fulham go 5-1 up. Deep into stoppage time. Fulham 5-1 up, really hammering Huddersfield today. That'll probably come up on the screen in just a sec. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 2, Birmingham 0, Stoke 0. The winner in that game would have gone top. You can see Huddersfield 1, Fulham 4. It says there. We know Fulham have just got a 5th goal. Hull 0, QPR 3, Borough 2, Bristol City 1, Millwall 1, Blackburn 1. 86 minutes played there. 87. It's just come up, says SofaScore. They were about 15 behind. Forest 1, Bournemouth 2. West Brom 3, Luton 1, but we're hearing they're playing 16 minutes of stoppage time. So I hope that doesn't mean that someone's been very, very carefully stretched off and they're very, very badly hurt. I think it was Jordan Clark was mentioned as the Luton player. So hopefully he is, not as bad as 16 minutes stoppage time sounds. Let's have a look at the live league table. Huddersfield 1, Fulham 5 is a full-time score. So, assuming things don't change too much, that big win for Fulham is essentially going to put them top of the league because they've scored a ton of goals. So, Fulham are top on 4 points. This is all unless Blackburn. If Blackburn can get a win at Millwall, they'll leap over everybody to go top of the league. QPR in second. It's full-time now. Barnsley 1, Coventry 0. Barnsley, last season's playoff semi-final. Let's get the win there. West Brom have got a whole ton of stoppage time to play, but they do have a 2-goal cushion. Cardiff tucked in there in those playoff spots on 4 points. Bournemouth, the same. Stoke drew with Birmingham. Borough are in there on 4 points. Blackburn are on 4 points. Barnsley, we know, will have 4 points. That's finished now in Birmingham. So, as someone said in the chat a few minutes back, 10 teams on 4 points. The championship, everybody. You love to see it. The 3-pointers there, Luton, Reading, Hull, Coventry, Peterborough. Millwall are going to be double drawers unless something changes in that delayed game against Blackburn. Derby, we're on our 1-pointers now. Derby, Bristol City, Blackpool, Huddersfield. Our 0 pointers, 2 defeats for Forest and Preston, and Swansea and Sheffield United both lost their first game. But they play each other at 8 p.m. So we'll see how that one all pans out. Ooh, West Brom 3, Luton 2. And we know there's a whole load of stoppage time to play in that game. West Brom 3, Luton 2. Just keep half an eye on that one. Luton only a goal behind against West Brom now. West Brom 3, Luton 2. Let me bring it up and see if we can see, because we heard 16-minute stoppage time. These aren't always accurate, these clocks as well, that we often get shown on SofaScore. Let's have a look. It just says 90 plus. Sometimes you can get a ticker. Let me see if I can get one. It says 98.16. So potentially, if the information we're getting from both ends, A, that there's going to be 16-minute stoppage time, and B, that we're 8 minutes through it, there might still be another 8 minutes to play there between Albion and Luton. So yeah, do keep your eyes on that one. we got some nervous Albion fans there. We'll see if Luton can claw that back. Right, let's have a look at League One. Do I really want to look at League One? Oh God, Ipswich are 15th. Oh, dear. Anyway, let's just concentrate on the top where we've got 4 6-pointers now. Oh, of course, Burton are one of them, yeah. So Wycombe, Pompey, Sunderland and Burton all on 6 points. 4 points for Morecambe, Wednesday, Rotherham, Wimbledon, Lincoln, Oxford. 3 points for Accrington and Plymouth. 2 for Bolton. A load of teams on 1. MK, Ipswich, Cambridge, Gillingham, Charlton, Wigan, Cheltenham, Crewe. 0 pointers for Fleetwood, Doncaster and Shrewsbury. Let's quickly check the Premier League because we didn't do that sort of 5 minutes out. There is our embryonic table there. Look, still plenty of teams haven't actually played yet, but 3 pointers there for Manchester United, Chelsea, Everton, Brentford. No draws so far in the Premier League. Look, 0 for Villa, Burnley. I don't know why they got Watford in 14th on 0 points. And there's a bug in the machine there. Wolves, Saints, Arsenal, Palace, Leeds all going down to defeat. But Watford obviously should be switched over with Aston Villa there in 7th position. And our dearly departed guys over at Norwich, I can see on my screen there. There's that fetching Norwich away shirt. They are going to be playing former European champions and Premier League winners, Liverpool, very, very soon. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will have to dip out there. I said to Shaylee I'd be done by 5 o'clock. So, yes, we won't hang around. My apologies if anything miraculous happens at the end between Luton and West Brom or Millwall and Blackburn. As things stand, a draw at the Den and a home win at the Hawthorns. We'll see how that all pans out. That has been the Saturday Super Stream. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and your comments right the way through today. Thank you especially for your Super Chats. A lot of kindness going around, and I very, very much appreciate it. And Shaylee does too, because a lot of congratulations sort of stuff coming through. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you hit like on the way out and subscribe. If you're putting nice comments, I'll put them up in the advert at the end so they all go up on the screen. And I will say thank you for watching and a big, lovely over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.